أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا صدق الله العلي العظيم.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah.
Very good.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Iftikhar Mehdi Rizvi. I am the program director of Babul and Bani Hashim Society, and president of Babul and Bani Hashim Society is also in this program, and you are participating in this program. This program is organized by Babul and Bani Hashim Society to encourage the youth and whole Ramzan Mubarak, who for the youth lecture was doing by the Ahsan and Jerry, and we are very thankful to you. And I'm going to Ahsan Rizvi to start the program, hosting the program.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much, Iftikhar Bhai. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Ahsan Rizvi, and we are in this special segment of the holy month of Ramadan, known as the Ramadan Speech Contest. We are joined by 10 brilliant youngsters from our community who are joining from all parts of the GTA, and they will be delivering a 3 to 5 minute speech today. And there will be prizes at the end. There will be position holders at the end. And we're very thankful that people have been able to join us today. We do have our honorable guest as well, Jerry Heather, who will be the judge for our contest today. Thank you so much, Jerry, for joining us. We do have the president of Bani Hashim Society as well, Mr. Mushtaq Zaidi. Saying thank you, Mushtaq Bhai, for joining us as well.
Thank you.
I'll get started with the program. Today, really, the format is pretty simple. We have, like I said, 10 youngsters from all over GTA. They've joined us online, and they will be giving a speech for about 3 minutes. They have to choose, there are basically two topics from which they have to choose one of them to speak about it. The two topics are, the first one is how can we come close to our Imam alayhi salam of our time. The second one is the importance of religious education. So those are the two topics. The participants have a choice to actually decide which one they want to make a speech on. So without further ado, let me actually do a round table where we can actually have an introduction of each and every participant. If I can ask every single participant to actually, I'll say your name, and if you can introduce yourself by saying your own name, then your parents or your father's name, and if you can tell your grade as well, which grade you're studying right now, and which part of GTA you are from right now. If it's Mississauga, just say Mississauga. So just answer these 4 questions: your name, your father's name, your grade that you're studying in, and which part of GTA you are from. So I'll get started with Kambar Rizvi. So if Kambar, unmute yourself and please state your name, your father's name, your location, and the grade that you study in right now.
Okay, my name is Sayed Kamaruzi. I'm 14 years old. I study in grade 10, and I currently live in Brampton. My father is Sayed Misam Raza, and my mother is Nazim.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome, Mesam. Welcome, Amber. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to ask Mahir, who's also alongside with you. Mahir, if you can also introduce yourself, please.
My name is Syed Mahir Rizvi. I live in Brampton, and my dad's name is Syed Misam Raza. I'm in grade 8 currently.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Bro, welcome to both of you guys. Thank you for joining, and thank you for taking the time to actually participate and prepare your speech. We will move to Azadar. Azadar, if you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Azadar, and I'm 14 years old. I'm 9. My dad's name is Kamran Heather Rizvi, and I'm from Brampton.
Perfect. Welcome, Azadar. Thanks for joining. We'll move on to Muhammad Abbas, if you can hear us, can you please introduce yourself? Yes.
My name is Muhammad Abbas Zahir. My father's name is Ali Haider Zahir. I'm in grade 8, 13 years old, and I am currently living in Brampton.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome to the program. Thank you for introducing yourself. We'll move over to Muhammad Amin, please. If you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please. Muhammad Amin, yes. Sorry, Muhammad Amin, we cannot hear you. Maybe if you can be close to your mic. Yeah, thank you.
Hear me now?
Yeah, this is better. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Mohammed Amin. My father's name is Amin Askar. I'm 15. I live in Brampton.
Thank you so much. Welcome. And I'm going to ask Heather Amin as well, who's sitting alongside you, if we can introduce as well.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Heather Amin. I'm in grade 6 and I'm 12 years old. And my dad's name is Amin Askar.
Excellent. Thank you. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for joining. We'll now move over to Cheyenne. Cheyenne, if you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Today, my name is Muhammad Shayan Haider. I'm in grade 6. I'm 12 years old. My dad's name is Muhammad Zamir Hussein, and I live in Brampton.
Excellent. Thank you. I like your shirt, by the way. Very nice shirt. And thanks for participating. I will move on to Hassan Rizvi. If you can please unmute yourself and give a quick introduction.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Rizvi. My father's name is Sayyid Stan Haider Rizvi. I am 13 years old and I'm from Brampton.
Excellent. Welcome, Hassan. Thanks for joining. We have Shabir Basit here with us. If you can please unmute yourself. Sorry, Hassan, we are not able to hear you. Or Shabir, we cannot hear you. Can you? No, we're not able to hear you. So maybe try to unmute yourself. So I think you're on mute, Shabir. Yeah, try now. No, we're not. I'm not able to hear you. So maybe try reconnecting and we'll get back to you. Right now, I'm not able to hear you. Okay. All right. So yeah, I am not able to hear you, Shabir, but welcome aboard. And the last participant who is supposed to, I think, no, that's about it. So we have Raza Mohsin as well. Raza Mohsin, if you can unmute and introduce yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Reza Mohsen. I live in Whitby and my dad's name is Irfan Ali Mohsen and I'm in grade 7.
Perfect. Thank you, Raza Mohsin, for that introduction. And you're from Whitby, so great to know that. And thanks, everyone. Jaribai, if you can also, just to check the audio, if you can also introduce yourself, you can tell us where you're joining us from. And if you want to say like a quick 1 or 2 lines about the program and how would you approach it while you're judging our participants here today.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين لا سيما محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الدائمة باقية على أعدائهم أجمعين. First of all, I would welcome you all, mashallah. It's really good to see you all, mashallah, here. Just a piece of advice before we start this thing. My name is Sayyid Jerry Heather Zedi. I live in Brampton, obviously. One piece of advice for you all is that this competition is obviously for us to gauge our knowledge and for us to motivate ourselves to get more and more knowledge. And as per the hadith and as per the aqwal of ulama, the scholars, what they have said, they have emphasized that if you are doing competition, that this positive competition to acquire knowledge is a really good thing. So what we right now doing is having a positive competition in order to acquire knowledge. This itself is a really good thing that we're doing, and there are few exceptions where we can have some sort of hasad or some sort of like your motivation to acquire more and more knowledge. And this is one of those things in which if you are competing, that competition is only for you to be motivated to get more knowledge. So whatever the result comes in, the ultimate thing that you need to learn from it is that this should be a pretext for you to go and acquire more and more uh, ulum of al-Bayt alayhi salam, knowledge that pertains to the madhab of Ahlul Bayt and Shia Islam. With this, inshallah, I wish all of the participants very good of luck. And I also wish, inshallah, that may Allah make this program as a wasila that we can get closer towards Him, and our Imam of our time is happy with us. Over to you,
Jazakallah,
brother.
Jazakallah Jari bhai. Amazing piece of advice. And yeah, thank you. I probably would just reiterate what Jari bhai said. The mere fact of all of you basically taking the time to prepare for the speech and just participating in the program tells us how devoted you guys are, how dedicated you guys are to bring yourself out there and take yourself out of the comfort zone and be out there, right? So this is great. We're thankful to each and every one of you for participating, and good luck to all of you. Please do remember that the prizes obviously are there for the position holders, but just your mere participation in this program means a lot to us. We are thankful and grateful for you, to basically being be to you for being here at this program and delivering the speech on this on these two topics. So I'm gonna, without further ado, I'm gonna get started on the program. As you already know, you have 3 to 5 minutes, ideally 3 minutes, to speak on the topic of your choice. There are two topics, like you know already know. I'm gonna repeat those two topics again. Number one is how can we come close to our Imam alayhi salam of time, and then the second one is the importance of religious education. So I'm gonna start off with Raza Mohsen here. And if Raza Mohsen, if you're ready, if you can please unmute yourself, state your name again for the record, and then tell us the topic that you will be talking about, and then start delivering.
My name is Muhammad Reza Mohsen. My topic is about Imam Zamana.
Excellent.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والسلام على عبادي الذين اصطفى أما بعد قال إمام جعفر الصادق كيف ينتفع الناس بالحجة غائب المستور قال كما ينتفعون بالشمس إذا سترها السحاب. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam says that the people during the time of the occultation of our Qaim will benefit him, as people benefit from the sun when it is behind the clouds. As you can see, that the sun behind the clouds benefits us in the same way that the sun in front of the clouds benefits us. This means that we are connected to the sun through its rays. If we don't see it, doesn't mean that we cannot connect to it. Rather, we need to absorb the sun's heat, which can easily pass through the clouds. Imam Ali is like the sun, and the sun's rays are our connection with our Imam. And the curtain of ghaibat is like the clouds. This connection is of two levels. The first level is a physical level, and the second level is a spiritual level. The physical level is our oath of allegiance. In Arabic, it is called bayat. This is a very important part of our connection with our Imam, to recite Dua al-Ahad every single morning after Fajr Salat. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq also says that the people will leave their house in the morning with Iman and return to their home in the evening with kufr. To make sure that we are the followers of our Imam, we must renew this oath every single morning. And the spiritual level of connection is established by absorbing the rays of our Imam's nur of ma'rifat and hidayat into our qalb, absorbing the nur of ma'rifat and hidayat into our heart. The sun's rays are like our Imam's nur of ma'rifat and hidayat. It can reach anybody, but everybody cannot absorb it. This requires a pure heart. That is why we must purify our heart. One way to purify our heart is to recite the Quran daily. And the best way to purify our heart is through the adadari of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I think if we take these simple steps, it will help us to establish and strengthen our connection with our Imam. May us all be his helpers, inshallah.
Jazakallah, amazing job, Raza. I'm so thoroughly impressed. Really, the message, the delivery, the confidence level, the way you spoke was simply amazing. I really enjoyed it. And like you said, I think your topic was on Imam Zamana, and you said how it is important to renew our oath every single morning when we wake up. We need to ensure that we have that connection, and every single morning we need to make sure that we are strengthening that connection with our Imam of our time. Thank you so much, Raza Mohsin, once again. It was amazing. We'll now move over to Cheyenne. And Cheyenne, again, if you can unmute yourself, state your name for the record, and the topic that you're going to be talking about, and then you'll have 3 minutes to start delivering.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Shayan Haider, and today my topic is going to be about the importance of religious education. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear listeners, Assalamu alaikum. Today my topic is importance of religious education. First, I'm going to talk about why and what religious education is in general. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslims and we follow the religion of Islam, which teaches us to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obey what He asks for us to do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, indeed the religion with Allah is Islam, which also means we must understand the teachings of Islam that make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy. Religion is not only necessary, but it is a very significant part of our life. Religion acts as a light to guide people through the tunnels of life and bring them to the light at the other end. Religion is important not only to guide people in life, but is something that helps us reflect on what the meaning of life is and what the person really wants in life. A quote that was narrated by Imam Ali alayhi salam. Body is purified by water, nafs by tears, intellect is purified by knowledge, and the soul is purified by love. Why is religious education important? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us the importance of His religion. Our religion has 5 roots, like the roots of a tree. Imagine that this tree is Islam. In order for the tree to grow, its seed needs to grow roots. The 5 roots of Islam are Tawheed, Allah is one, Adala, Allah is fair and just, Nabuwa, Allah has sent 124,000 prophets, Imama, the 12 Imams, and Qiyamah, which means the Day of Judgment. Allah has told us how a certain thing in our lives is important. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, "Man salaka tariqan liyatluba fihi ilman." This certain thing is knowledge. This hadith means that Allah will open for us an easier pathway to Jannah only if we seek knowledge in this life. Think of this pathway like a road. If you do not want to learn and seek more knowledge than you already have, this road to Jannah is being blocked by traffic. But if you learn and seek knowledge with your heart, the traffic will be all cleared and it will be easier for you to do the right thing because of your intellect. Getting knowledge glorifies your position not only in the hereafter, but in this world too. And your position gets glorified by none other than the Almighty, the Creator, the Merciful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you seek knowledge, the whole universe, from the fish to the tiniest insects, Ask Allah to forgive you for all your past sins, which is called istighfar. Religion teaches its followers to choose right over wrong, good over evil, just over unjust, truth over lies, and live in peace and harmony in the world. Religion teaches us all the moral values that need to be learned to live within our family and with the outside world. My name is Shayan, and thank you for listening to me.
Jazakallah, amazing. Another sensational speech, Ayan. Thank you so much. And really, again, a very, like the importance of religious education cannot be overemphasized or cannot be emphasized enough. And right, like you said, it teaches us moral values to live in the society that we are in. It only teaches us how truth is actually always important than lies, and how we should make sure that our moral compass is always telling us what to do, what is morally right. Thank you for that speech. Um, I am now going to move over to Heather Amin. If you can please unmute yourself, state your name, state the topic, and then go on from there. Heather Amin. So Heather, I think your mic, you probably need to be closer to the mic so that we can hear you. Mm. So we're not able to hear you. Let me see if you are unmuted. Yeah, you are unmuted. So maybe try again. I was able to listen to you.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Heather, and today I'm going to talk on the topic about how can we come close to Imam of our time.
Excellent.
Can I start?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
My name, in the era of immense oppression that prevails throughout the world, excessive bloodshed, the disregard of the most noble and the most beloved human values, the people lose their hope. However, being a Shia Muslim, I believe there is a light of hope, alhamdulillah. That light of hope is only and only our Imam Asr alayhi salam. Therefore, here I am highlighting a few points. By considering them, I believe we can come close to our Imam of time. The first point is to obtain knowledge about the special characteristics of Imam alayhi salam. This is obligatory according to text, Quran and Hadith, and reason. That the marifat of Imam Zamana alayhi salam is wajib, and it is also wajib to learn about his special characteristics of our Imam alayhi salam, so that if a false claimant of Madaviyat appears, we can at once realize his falsehood. The second point is to be respectful while mentioning him. A moment should always mention Imam alayhi salam with the best of the titles. For example, Hujjat, Qaim, Mahdi, Sahib al-Amr, and Sahib al-Zaman, and etc. The third point is loving him. The necessary conditions for the performance of this duty is that we fulfill all that which is the requirement for loving him. We all know that loving the Ahl Bayt is obligatory. Many traditions have been recorded for this, but there is a special emphasis for the love of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. The fourth point is awaiting his reappearance. Our discussion on the duty for awaiting for the reappearance of Imam Zaman alayhi salam, awaiting for the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam is obligatory for all. Intizar Imam alayhi salam is the opposite of despair or hopelessness. The fifth point is expressing an eagerness to see him. This is one of the distinguishing characteristics of the Imam alayhi salam's followers. Numerous traditions and supplications mention this quality. How beautifully it is expressed in a couplet. The heart burns and tears flow in the eagerness to see you. The desire to see is burning us, and the tears of separation are going to drown us. The sixth point is relating the praiseworthy qualities of Imam alayhi salam. To remember Imam alayhi salam through the mention of his fazail, which means special qualities. The seventh point is grief of a believer due to Imam's separation. One of the duties of a believer is to be sorrowful in the separation of Imam alayhi salam. It is a sign of one's attachment to Imam alayhi salam. The eighth point is to be present in assemblies where the fazail and manaqib of Imam alayhi salam are discussed. Another important duty of a believer is to participate in gatherings especially associated with Imam alayhi salam. or where people discuss matters connected to Imam alayhi salam. And the ninth point is to organize gatherings where the Fazail of Imam alayhi salam shall be discussed. The next important duty is to organize programs where the Fazail of Imam alayhi salam are narrated, where people will pray for Imam alayhi salam. The 10th point is composing and reciting poems in the Imam's praise. One of the duties of Shias in Ghaibat is to compose poetry or couplets in the praise of Imam and recite them. The 11th point is to pray to Allah that He bestows us with the marifat, which means recognition of Imam alayhi salam. One of the responsibilities during Ghaibat is that we regularly supplicate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us the correct marifat of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. The 12th point is striving for Imam alayhi salam. As much as possible, one should strive in the service of Imam alayhi salam, because tradition says that the universe exists due to the barakat of Imam alayhi salam. These are my points. We would definitely come close to Imam if we follow them. Thank you so much for listening to my points.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much, Heather Amin, for that wonderful piece of speech. I think we should really see here that how how Imam of our time is different in a way that we have to express how we are actually waiting for him, and this is one of the key things that is unique about him. Thanks again. I'd just like to make a quick announcement, if you for everyone, please. The time limit is again 3 minutes, please, for everyone, if we can abide by that. And the other thing is, if you can actually try to verbally or orally read the speech, deliver the speech without actually looking at like, I don't know, at notes or anything like that. It's okay to actually look at the notes occasionally, but if you can deliver it yourself without looking so much, or without actually reading it, that would be awesome. So thanks again, everyone. I will now move on to Muhammad Abbas. If you can please state your name, the topic, and you can go right ahead with the speech.
My name is Muhammad Abbas. My topic is the importance of religious studies.
Excellent. Please go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear brothers, Assalamu alaikum. I would like to thank Babul Ilm, Bani Hashim Society, to participate in this special occasion. The topic of my speech is importance of religious education. Being born in a Shia Muslim family means a lot of different things. First of all, at your birth, you are given azan and iqama. Then, when you first start growing up, your parents teach you different things, such as the names of the Panjatan and Masumin. Around the age of 6, you first go to public school and religious school. In public school, you can learn about math, science, etc., but not anything regarding religious aspects. In religious school, you learn your Arabic letters, how to properly do wudu, etc. Especially in these times, there are many lies on the internet. These lies can be about many things, one of them being religion. Without religious studies, who knows if little kids would know any better if a random person tells him or her that they shouldn't do many things such as pray, fast, or even follow the path of Islam. Just because someone thought it was funny to say these things can have a serious effect on many children. That is why I believe that religious studies are important. Most teachers at religious schools are just as qualified as teachers at a public school. Public school teachers teach you how to be a law-abiding citizen, while religious school teachers focus on teaching you how to be a law-abiding Muslim. In madrasa, we are taught how to read and understand the Quran, as well as the history of our religion. Not only knowing how to read the Quran, but also understanding it is very important, because the Quran is the holy book written by Allah. This book has incredible knowledge by every page, especially the Madani surahs, which are literally religious education. Secondly, all of this is important because without religious education, only Allah knows where we would be. One of the most important things is balaghat, and where it is mandatory to pray salah, fast, etc. And most religious schools make the signs of balaghat class mandatory. Now, one can make the argument that they shouldn't send their son or daughter to religious school because they can just teach them at home. And while it is the parents' responsibility to teach their child basic knowledge when their child is very young, sending your kid to religious school gives them a more disciplined environment where they can learn from both their qualified teachers and their peers. Finally, in my closing remarks, I would like to say that if you would like to be, say, a successful businessman or entrepreneur, that the public education system is necessary. But if you also want to become a successful Muslim in this world, then the religious education system is just as important as any other. Thank you and assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Excellent speech again, Abbas. And again, the message is deeply important. The way you also structured your speech was phenomenal. You had like an opening statement, and then you actually went into the details of it. You provided the reasons, and then you gave your closing remarks. So very well done on the structure. And the topic was obviously very interesting as well. How you said like it is important for us to become a successful person, a successful citizen in the society. It's also important to make sure that we are doing our part as a Muslim, and we want to make sure that our akhirah and not just our worldly life is actually successful. So thank you, Muhammad Abbas, for that brilliant speech. I'd like to move over to Mahir Rizvi, if you can unmute yourself. And again, just a general announcement, the time limit for each speech is 3 minutes. And please ensure if you can do the speech in speech mode, meaning not actually just read the text, but you can always take the look at the notes, but if you can do it. This is just a general announcement. So thank you, Muhammad Abbas. And now we'll move on to Mahir Rizvi, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Said Mahir Rizvi, and today my topic of the speech is how can we come closer to the Imam of our time? Dear brothers and sisters, life will become difficult towards the end. Challenges will come, disasters will come, catastrophes will come. The earth will be covered in injustice and in wars and battles. And you can see that by looking at the coronavirus, the Arab Spring, Syria, Palestine, and India. We currently live in a time where we wait for nothing more than the Zuhur of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. But as we wish for the Zuhur of our Imam, we forgot about the greatest challenges and obstacles we will face before his Zuhur. So the question comes, how do we prepare to come closer to our Imam? What should we do? There are millions of questions that go through our mind on a daily basis, but the simplest answer is always the one you don't expect. When we think of the Imam, we think that he is very far away from us in Gaybat, but it is the complete opposite. He is as close to us as our Shahrab, just like Allah, and he thinks of us daily and prays for us. How many times do we think of our Imam? Do we even think about him daily, weekly, or even monthly? In order to come closer to our Imam, we have to start going closer, and we must believe his message, no matter what, how deeply rooted it is. If it is not put into practice, it can be easily forgotten or denied. Every level of connection with the oppression means a retreating of belief in the heart. This continues until the love and belief in the Imam are wiped out altogether. Therefore, the most important thing to get close to our Imam is to avoid anything that might weaken the impact of his knowledge on ourselves. Then it is possible to do a number of tasks to strengthen and deepen the connection with the Imam, and some of which are staying firm, following him, repudiating his enemies, tabarra, commitment to Islamic laws, sharia, supplication, doing du'as, connect with him, stay in wudu even when you go to bed, disciplining the self, nafs, pray namaz on time regularly, say salam to the Imam whenever you wake up, recite du'as, dua Imam zamana and dua farj, talking to the Imam about your troubles, tawassul for our desire and accomplishment. I hope that all of us have learned something today, even if it was something minor, and apply that knowledge in life. Thank you, Babul Bani Hashim Society, for giving me a chance to give me my speech this competition. And thank you, everybody, for listening to my speech.
Excellent job, Maher. Thank you so much. And again, a very important topic that you chose to speak on, and the way you presented was amazing as well. I really liked your body language, the way you were actually promoting that message. I could see how it was actually coming straight from your heart. So very well done on the delivery. And as well as the content of the speech. I'd like to make an announcement, a quick announcement here, that this program is actually live right now. It's being streamed live on YouTube of Bani Hashim Society, both on YouTube website as well as Facebook. It is also being broadcasted live on Kaim TV, and you can go on the links to actually stream at your homes and your devices. Um, Without further ado, we've gotten five speeches already by five brilliant minds, and we have five more remaining. So, without further delay, let's go on to our next participant, and that would be Muhammad Amin. If you can unmute yourself and state your name and the topic, and you can start from there. Thank you, Muhammad Amin.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mohammed. Today I'm going to talk on the topic importance of religious education. To begin with my topic, I would like to quote the famous sayings of the Holy Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The ink of a scholar is more holy than the blood of a martyr. To listen to the instruction of science and learning from one more hour is more meritorious than standing up in prayers for 1,000 nights. An hour's contemplation and study of Allah's creation is better than a year of prayers. By keeping the teachings of Holy Quran and Hadith, which place a high value to the acquisition of knowledge, the knowledge meant all kinds of religions, scientific, technical, social, and political information. However, today I'm only going to give an emphasis on religious education among all kinds of other fields of education. So why religious education? The answer is simple. The Quran and our religion, Islam, teaches all the rulings and principles for spending a successful life as a good and responsible human being. The Holy Quran says, "O you who believe, save yourself and your family from a fire whose fuel is man and stones." Holy Quran, Surah 66. Prophets do not leave dirham, dinar as legacy. Their legacy is education. One who inherits this, he has obtained a lot. Asbaq bin Nabata has narrated from Amir al-Mu'mineen Hazrat Ali alayhi salam that obtain ilm. Its learning is a pious deed. Discussing is its rosary. Argument is its jihad. And teaching is its sadaqah. Through education, one can understand haram and halal. You can obtain paradise through education. Education is a friend in loneliness, helper in loneliness, mental peace in war. Allah has made some good leaders of good deeds by education. Look at their good deeds and follow them. Education is the life of the heart, light of the eye, strength of the body, and destination of pious people. Through education, you obey Allah's orders. You can understand the exalted position of Allah and His oneness. Through education, you realize the importance of kindness, halal, and haram. Education is a mom of intelligence. In today's society, a lot of emphasis is placed on secular education. A child is pushed to strive for excellence in academics. A college or university education is a necessity both for boys and girls. Education is indeed very important, but the significance of religious education for a balanced personality must not be overlooked. The world is producing a generation that knows a lot, but is greatly deficient in moral and spiritual values. If we properly get the religious education and follow the path of Aima and Masumin, then we become successful in our lives. We may be beneficial to our family, community, and can easily compete to the various societies with full confidence. In the current era, we are encountered with many other religions and societies. We are in competition. The Muslim societies around the world will stay behind the civilized world if they do not understand and appreciate the principles behind the message of Islam and do not equip ourselves with the Islamic education and Quranic teachings. As a person, I am believing that if we equip with religion education, I may encounter many problems in my routine life as far as my beliefs, rituals, morals, and ethics are concerned. So my dear friends, acquire the religious education and get infinite benefits. The last but not the least.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mohan.
The last but not the least, we may be fruitful for our awaited Imam and become the active and helpful companion of the Imam if we understand our deen and its rituals. I wish that may Allah give us chance to acquire Islamic education, spread it to others, then be a member of Imam's army. In the end, I would like to quote Hadith of Mawla Kainat Ali ibn Abi Talib. The complete gift of God is a life based on knowledge. Knowledge is the root of all good.
Perfect. Amazing. Amazing job, Muhammad Amin. And it's so gratifying again to actually listen. We always listen to all these good things from adults and other folks out there in various of our community sessions. But it's so heartwarming to actually see how youngsters are delivering the same message in such an eloquent way, right? It really tells us how deep the understanding is already there in our young minds, and really happy that Babul Ilm Society was actually able to organize this, and bring us an opportunity to actually listen to youngsters about these important and current topics. I'd like to again announce that this program is actually live being broadcasted on Qaim TV. It's being broadcasting on the YouTube channel of Babul Ilm Society as well as on the Facebook channel. It is also live on the Azadari and the Layat channel. So please ensure and tune in right now on these channels if you want to be part of this amazing program. We've got 4 more participants to go. I'd like Shabir Basid, if you can unmute yourself, to tell us your name, the topic that you'll be talking about, and you can go right ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
The topic I'll be talking about is how to get closer to the Imam over time. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today I will be discussing on how we can get closer to the Imam over time, known as Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. There are many ways to get close to our Imam. Some of them are praying and supplications for the Imam. Imam Jafar Sadiq, peace be upon him, has stated that reciting Dua ahead for 40 days after your Fajr prayers consistently will result in you becoming a part of the helpers of the 12th Imam. You can recite 50 verses of the Holy Quran and give the reward to the Imam over time. This is highly recommended by Ayatollah Khalid Khorasani. Another way to get closer to our Imam is knowing our Imam. Rasulullah has said, whoever does and does not know the Imam of his age dies at the age of ignorance. You can say salam to our Imam when you wake up in the morning and read duas during the prayers such as Dua Hijjat and Dua Faraj. May Allah hasten the reappearance of our Imam. Ameen. Jazakallah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Shabir. That was amazing. I really appreciate you taking the time to actually prepare the speech. And I think, again, a very important message. Shabir basically spoke on the Imam of our time and how it is important for us to actually maintain that connection, and not just maintain, but how to strengthen that connection as well. I'd like to remind everyone that we have about 10 participants here from all over GTA. This program, like I said, is being broadcasted live globally. We have a global audience, and it's really very fortunate to see such an in-depth knowledge and such a profound knowledge of such topics, of such complicated, I would say, religious topics in the minds of our youngsters here. I'd like to move on to Hassan Rizvi, if you can unmute yourself and state the topic and go right ahead from there.
I'm going to be talking about the importance of religious education.
Perfect.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. To understand it, we should first learn the importance of education in Islam. In a society where religion and knowledge in general and science in particular do not go hand in hand, it seems necessary to briefly describe the position of Islam in theory as well as in practice, has always promoted knowledge, distinctive mark human beings over the angles in knowledge. The Quran says, Allah taught Adam all the names. The first verses of the Quran begin with the word, read in the name of the Lord who created. He created the human being from blood. Read in the name of the Lord who taught by the pen. He taught the human being what he did not know. The Quran says, are those who have knowledge equal to those who do not have knowledge? The Prophet of Islam, peace be upon him, and his progeny, has also emphasized the importance of seeking knowledge in different ways. Time. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. Place. Seek knowledge even if it is far as China. Gender. Seeking of knowledge is a duty of every Muslim. Source. Wisdom is the lost property of the believer. He should take it even if it finds in the mouth of a mushrik. The Prophet did not only preach about importance of knowledge, he also gave examples of promoting knowledge. In the very first battle between the Muslims and unbelievers over Makkah, known as the War of Badr, the Muslims gained victory and caught 70 kuffars as prisoners of war. One of the criteria of releasing the prisoners of war devised by the Prophet was that prisoners of war devised by the Prophet was that those who were literate among the prisoners could go free if they teach 10 Muslim children how to read and write. In its most literal sense, Islamic education can refer to efforts by the Muslim community to educate its own, to pass along the heritage of Islamic knowledge, first and foremost through its primary sources, the Quran and the Sunnah. Religious education is important because it helps children and young people gain wisdom and understanding of the core beliefs and practices of Islam. There are 5 pillars of Shia Islam: Tawheed, Adl, Nubuwa, Imama, Mi'ad. Tawheed means believe that there is only one God. Adl means believe in God's justice. Nubuwa means prophethood. Imama means succession to Muhammad, peace be upon him. Mi'ad, the day of judgment and the resurrection. Knowledge of Quran, Hadith and Sharia law and fiqh. Establish true sense of wisdom and to build a true Muslim character. Islamic or religious education contributes not only to the personal reflection and development of young people, but should also heighten respect for the beliefs of the other and help build a diverse but cohesive society. To neglect religious education is to neglect the future. Ignorance is not pleasure. It is the center of misunderstanding, misapprehension, and mistakes. The difference of school of thoughts among Muslims such as Shia, Sunni, Wahhabi, Marzai, etc. Ignorance to religious or Islamic education would develop uncertainty about faith, as we learned that there are various examples where Muslims adopted different religions or believe due to ignorance and not having fundamental knowledge about Islam or fiqh. At the end, I would like to conclude that this is the sole responsibility of every Muslim to provide Islamic education and resources to our youth so they could become strong pillars of Islamic society and protect religious beliefs, cultures, and heritage. Thank you.
Jazakallah. Amazing. Once again, thank you so much for actually delivering such a nice speech there. Really, some important and key messages how religious education is actually vital, right? If you want to understand what is good and what is bad, if you want to understand how to be ethical about things, it's not just about legal boundaries. It's actually about knowing the ethics of it and being closer to Allah, right? In a sense that we are not just doing things that are legal, but we are trying to enhance our spiritual level by making sure that we are doing things that are not just legal but also ethical. So amazing job there. Thank you so much. And we do have like 2 more speeches left now. I'd like to repeat this information again that this program is being broadcasted live on Babul Ilm Facebook and YouTube channel. It is also being broadcasted on Qaim TV and then also on the Azadari and Vilayat channel. I'd like to now move over to Azadar. If you can unmute yourself, Azadar Rizvi, and state the topic and start your speech. Thank you.
My name is Azadar Hussain Rizvi Sayyad. My topic is religious education. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Respected elders, Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance of religious education. So what is religious education? Religious education consists of 2 things, Usuluddin and Furuddin. Usuluddin is our belief like Tawheed, Adal, Nabuwat, Imamat, and Qayamat. And Furuddin is our mandatory actions required by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like Salat, fasting, Hajj, Zakat, Khums, Jihad, Amal bil Maruf, Nahi Anil Munkar, Tawalla, and Tabara. So really, why is religious education important? It's important because we should know what to believe and what are the actions required by our religion. As a Shia Isna Ashari, a person should believe in the Imamat and Wilayat of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam and his 11 sons. It's so important that we can reference lots of ayat and hadiths in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to prove the Imamat of Imam Ali alayhi salam as his rightful successor. I'm going to quote one hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam while he left Imam Ali alayhi salam in Medina in the Battle of Tabuk. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Imam Ali alayhi salam, "Will you not be pleased that you will be to me like Harun to Musa, but there will be no prophet after me?" And Agadirakum Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man kunta mawlahu fahaza alayhi mawla." And in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Only Allah is your wali and his apostle, and those who believe, those who keep up prayers and pay the zakat while they bow." Without the belief of Vilayat Amir al-Mu'mineen al-Islam, all of our actions are abandoned. We should also know what is halal and what is forbidden in Islam and all the rules of Furu'id-Din, that is called fiqh. For example, we should learn how to make wuzu and wajibat of wuzu, things that void our wuzu, how to recite salat, how many times we should pray, what we should do in case we miss the shahud, etc. While we are fasting, what are the mandatories, actions required, and actions may void our fast? Fiqh is explained in detail by our Ayatollah and Mujtahideen, and to follow any Ayatollah is called taqlid. Education of religious belief is important to follow all aspects of life. Thank you and Jazakallah.
Excellent, amazing. Thank you so much, Azada Rizzi. Brilliant speech. You kept note of the time as well. And some of the quotations that you actually referenced were amazing as well. You mentioned how the Prophet said, "One kuntum mawla wa hazan ali mawla," and really all these things consolidate, and they basically combine together to actually form this religious education. And had we not actually learned that, we would have been unaware of it, right? There's just so many wonderful things that are out there, and they're somewhat separate to worldly knowledge. Obviously worldly knowledge is important, but there is this religious aspect of it that we need to make sure that we're learning along the way as well. So thank you, Azadar, for that lovely speech. We have our last participants, and I really appreciate every one of you for some brilliant speeches today, and for being patient for your turns. Kambar Rizvi is going to be our last participant. And before that, I just like to announce once again that this program is actually being broadcasted live on Kime TV. We do have it live streamed on YouTube channels and Facebook channels of Babul Ilm, Bani Hashim Society of Mississauga, Ontario. It is also being streamed live on Azadari and Vilayat channel. So please ensure, if you haven't yet, please ensure that you tune in and listen to the brilliant speeches and the brilliant delivery of our young minds here in Toronto tonight. So without further ado, Kumber, if you can please unmute yourself, and thank you really for waiting till the very end. We're really excited to actually hear what you have to say. Please state your name, the topic, and go right ahead from there.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sayyid Kamaruzi, and my topic is the importance of religious education. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. In a society where religious and worldly knowledge is divided, Islam has always promoted knowledge. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has emphasized the importance of seeking knowledge, both the religious as well as worldly knowledge. And in our Imams, we see the example of a single source for religious as well as worldly sciences, like our Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi. The problem of today's society is that worldly education is given more importance than religious. This is as we are running behind our materialistic desires and find no need to worry about our hereafter. We fail to realize that our hereafter will be our permanent residence, while this world is temporary. This is why our main focus should be religious education. Islam is a way of life for us Muslims, not simply a belief. Giving a child formal Islamic education is as or more important as providing any other form of education. Islamic education is an essential part of growing up, especially in a Western cultural environment. Often, if a generation is unchecked, it can lose their culture, religion, and identity. We must protect our generation from becoming Muslims only of name and forgetting the difference between halal and haram. For example, if somebody ever tells us or our kids to just eat something which is not halal by saying Bismillah, with proper religious education, our kids or us would not agree in doing that. For the best for our kids and for them to grow to be good Muslims, we must provide them with easily available Islamic education for them to start living their lives with Islam with 100% correct knowledge from a young age. If our kids have a good religious education, they will not fall behind in worldly knowledge too, as the Quran has information that scientists still haven't discovered or are just discovering. A group of Canadian scientists from the University of Toronto were invited in the early 80s by a university in Arabia to study embryology in the Quran and Hadith. These non-Muslims were astonished to see that the Quran spoke about issues which have just been discovered only recently by the modern science on embryology. Just like this, there are a ton of surahs waiting for an explanation in the modern world by Muslim scientists. If we keep worldly and religious education hand in hand, Muslim scientists could come up with groundbreaking theories based on the Quran and Hadith rather than wait for science to discover something and then say that it was mentioned by the Quran 1400 years ago. This is why we should give more emphasis to religious education and try to take worldly education hand in hand so we can become good Muslims and spread a positive image of Islam. Thank you, Babul and Bani Hashim Society, for giving me a chance to give my speech in this competition, and thank you everybody for listening to my speech.
Excellent, amazing speech again. Last but not the least, Kambar Rizvi really was excited to listen to your speech as well, and you definitely did an amazing, terrific job. I really appreciate the fact that you actually referenced how University of Toronto's or how like academics in the University of Toronto actually did a study on the Quran and how they actually found out how in the field of embryology, for example, Quran has stated some of the facts that are recently being discovered or have been discovered. So really great to know that you kept an eye on what on the things that were going on locally as well, and then you made sure that you presented that and related to the topic at hand. So great job, Kambar. I really appreciate pretty much everyone who actually spoke today. This really concludes all the participants. We had 10 participants. All of them had 3 minutes to talk about the topic. And again, I will repeat those two topics were the importance of religious education and how to get closer to the Imam of our time. I think for appreciation, I'd like to ask everyone if they can recite aloud, if they can unmute themselves and recite aloud the salawat for appreciation of everyone. I'm really impressed by each and every one today. And let's actually recite this loud salawat together. If you can all unmute yourself and we can recite this salawat now. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah, Jazakallah, everyone. I think we can give some time to Jerry Bhai here with the results. I can ask if the president of Babul Ilm Society, the society that actually really hosted this program and thought of this program, if he is online and if he can speak a few words, and then I will give the floor over to Jerry Bhai as well, who can actually announce the results. So Mushtaq Bhai, if you can please kindly say a few words and hopefully enjoy the program as well. Over to you, Mushtaq Bhai. So Mushtaq Bhai, I think we're not able to hear you. If you can try again, yeah, you're on mute. So if you can unmute yourself first. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Now you should. Yeah.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सबसे पहले इन सब के पेरेंट्स को क्रेडिट जाता है कि जिन्होंने इतने अच्छे बच्चे तैयार किए और माशाल्लाह हर बच्चे ने अपनी जगह बहुत अच्छी स्पीच दी। और इससे पहले सबसे ज़्यादा क्रेडिट जाता है इफ्तिखार मेहदी को, प्रोग्राम डायरेक्टर, जिन्होंने शॉर्ट टाइम में ये प्रोग्राम अरेंज किया। इसके साथ आईटी के जो आपके जो क्या नाम है इफ्तिखार मेहदी और प्लस 2-3 ग्रुप के लोगों ने इस प्रोग्राम को साथ दिया और बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम लगा। और ये पूरे महीने चला है, जिसमें जरी हैदर और आपका एहसान शाह दोनों बेस्ट कैंडिडेट थे यूथ के। और मैं बाबुल बनी हाशिम की जानिब से तो मैं तो इन दोनों को ऑफर करता हूँ, कहता हूँ कि दोनों जाएं ईरान या इराक, अपनी तैयारी करें और यहाँ के आके यूथ को टेक केयर करें। इनकी अभी यूथ को ज़रूरत है इन दोनों की, और दोनों माशाल्लाह बहुत टैलेंट है दोनों बच्चे, जरी और एहसान। और पूरे महीने मैंने इनकी स्पीच सुनी, बहुत अच्छा इन्होंने बोला। इसके साथ साथ मैं मौलाना अनीस नकवी साहब का भी शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि उन्होंने पूरे महीने स्पीच डिलीवर की। और इसके साथ मैं पूरी टीम कायम टीवी का भी शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि कायम टीवी ने प्रोग्राम अरेंज किया और दिया। इसके साथ साथ मैं हैदर टीवी का भी शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि उन्होंने वक्तन फ़वक्तन बाबुल के प्रोग्राम दिए। आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। इंशाल्लाह ऐसे प्रोग्राम इफ्तिखार अरेंज करते रहेंगे। ये शॉर्ट टाइम का प्रोग्राम था, इंशाल्लाह आने वाले वक्तों में इससे बेहतर प्रोग्राम अरेंज करेंगे। शुक्रिया।
Jazakallah. Thank you so much, Mustaq Bhai, for your kind words. Really appreciate your support as well. We know like how much hard work you've been putting into to bring these programs for us. The entire month of Ramadan, we were able to hear to the resident Bolana. We were able to hear the speeches, the special speeches dedicated for the youth, and now this program. Definitely a great idea, very creative, and I know like Tahar Bhai has been helping us a lot as well. And he's been managing and organizing and single handedly coordinating with everyone out there, be it IT, be it program management, be it TV channels. He's been single handedly being doing all these things. And really appreciate all the hard work that you guys have put in to bring these programs. And I'm really impressed with the quality as well. Before I move over to Jerry Bai, who's the honorable judge here for this session, I do want to make it a point here that all of you participated in this program, and like I said, this shows your devotion, this shows your dedication and your profound knowledge in on the subject, right? Although we will be announcing the top three position holders, but that does not mean by any standard or by any means that someone was lagging in some way, or someone was less superior than the other. This is just a way of appreciation. This is just a way to show how you can actually improve yourself. And like I said, all of you will get participation prizes. Babul Ilm Society has always been encouraging young kids and young students and young participants and young contestants. So rest assured, you all will be, by virtue of participating in this program, you all will be getting a prize here. But over to you, Jerry Bhai, if you can announce and say a few words. Thank you for actually taking the time to actually listen to this entire program, and really appreciate your hard work on this as well. Over to you, Jerry Bhai.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه والعن أعداءهم يا كريم. I mean, like, it was tremendous experience for me. Alhamdulillah, I'm so glad that I was able to hear so many good speeches. And wallahi ladeen, the knowledge that I have gained by listening them, and God is witness to it. And no way I'm just trying to make people happy by saying this, but honest to God, I did learn something too. And secondly, I would like to appreciate Babul in Imam Barga and Bani Hashim Society for giving the opportunity to the youth so they can interact with and present so many beautiful speeches the way they did. And Alhamdulillah, Iftikhar Bhai, Mushtaq Bhai, and everyone that put so many effort, Brother Ahsan, and everyone, mashallah, was so amazing. And I'm glad that, mashallah, our youth was involved. And within the short notice, so many people came in with so many good speeches. So may Allah bless you. May Allah make you a really good companion of Imam Sahibul Zaman. That's, I think, the best dua that I can give you to all. And mashallah, I'm really thankful for beautiful words by Mushtaq Bhai too. I'm so happy that you have this much husn azan for us, and may Allah make us the way the people think, inshallah. And may Allah, grant us more opportunity to do khidmat to the madhab of Ahl Bayt. I mean, it was the most difficult thing. It's my first experience in my life that I'm a judge, and I'm judging um, w- some of the best speeches that I went through. Mashallah, nearly every speech had Quran or Hadith or something which was of really good benefit. And all the time I was making notes. And if I can show you the screen, unfortunately I can, but I was making notes on my laptop just to make sure that I'm writing all the points that the brothers are speaking. And so that when I'm taking decision, it is informed and it is something that I can compare all of them. And wallahi ladim, it was a really difficult decision for me to come up, like who did the best, right? It was truly all of them were like really close to each other when it came to delivering the knowledge and also delivering the speech too. But in no way I would say that anyone who's coming first or second or third uh, um, was better in like with a huge margin with others. It's a really close margin that I had to judge against. But the criterion that I had pretty much was that the way the speech was delivered, with the confidence it was delivered,
and also the Quranic ayats or the hadiths that were quoted, the Arabic text was it quoted, how was the speech, how did the speech start, how did it end, and how was the body language. All those elements, I mean, like those were the variables that would help me in giving the final result. So we would start with the, but before I do, I would definitely try to appreciate some of the points that were mentioned, and I want to emphasize on it too. Just give me like 2 minutes. Firstly, about the importance of knowing of our Imam. So there's a chapter in Bihar al-Anwar. Bihar al-Anwar is a book compiled by Allama Majlisi. And in volume 23, page number 76, Allama mentions a chapter name. Chapter name is Babu Wujubi Ma'rifat al-Imam wa annahu la ya'dharu an-nas bi tark al-wilaya. That the importance or the wujub of knowing your Imam of your time. And without it, without accepting the wilaya, people have no people won't be able to pass the day of judgment properly if they don't know the wilaya properly of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam. And then he quotes the hadith, which is really famous, Man mata wa huwa la ya'rifu imama zamanihi or imamihi ma'ta mi'tatan jahiliya. That whosoever passed and he didn't know the imam of his time, definitely his death is death of ignorance, right? So imagine if someone doesn't have a proper marifa of their time, then definitely the chances of them not being successful in hereafter are what, right? And likewise, the hadith about acquiring the knowledge, there's a hadith in Al-Kafi. The hadith goes, قال أبي عبد الله عليه الصلاة والسلام قال رسول الله طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم ألا إن الله يحب بغاة العلم. Prophet said that knowledge is obligatory, mandatory for every Muslim to know, and Allah loves the one that seeks knowledge, right? So this hadith is present in Al-Kafi, and that's the first hadith that is there, right? When you go through the chapter of knowledge. So Alhamdulillah, brother Azadar and even Mahir to some extent, they focus on the aqaid part a lot. And it was truly amazing to hear, mashallah, the dalil that Azadar and other brothers were giving in. It was really amazing to hear that. And then we, Brother Raza, Brother Heather Amin, and even Brother Mahir, they mentioned how can we benefit from the presence of our Imam. And when it came to the benefit of knowledge, then there were tremendous number of hadith that was presented by Brother Muhammad Amin. Brother Hassan, mashallah, the way he took the topic of the time, place, and with the different variation and how knowledge is connected to it. Brother Abbas, Brother Shabir, and mashallah, the way they connected the topic was amazing too. And lastly, Brother Kambar, mashallah, the way he was connecting it to the present time was something to gauge upon too. So mashallah, different people and different students, they came a really, really different idea. None of this stuff was repetitive. Everything was really different. So I appreciate you all for putting in a lot of efforts. And believe me, again, I'm saying when I'm taking the decision of the first, second, and third, I wish if we have all 10 position, if I have, distributed all 10 to each of you, but as per the rules, I have to go for the third, second, and first. So the third that I would like to give is to Brother Shayan, mashallah. The Brother Shayan, I would like to appreciate you, mashallah. The way you started, the way you quoted Quran, the Hadith, the example that you gave about the root example that you gave, and also the Hadith about seeking the knowledge, and the way you presented, mashallah, with your body language was truly amazing. And I would like to congratulate you for the efforts that you put in, mashallah. May Allah bless you a lot for coming in and for doing a beautiful preparation within the small time period. The second position would go to when I was listening to his speech, I was a little confused, like how did the speech actually started, right? But the way he connected the usul and furor together, and mashallah, the dalil he was giving, the ayatul wilaya, the hadithul manzilat, I mean, like it remind me of debating like someone and giving all the references to prove the wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, and the way he connected the furor to the taqleed, and also like how should we know the knowledge of the furor, the tawalla, the tabarru, and everything. And he tried to do that within the time too. So the second prize goes to Brother Azadar, mashallah. Beautiful, amazing knowledge that you presented us today. Allah bless you, and Allah bless Kamran Bhai too for, mashallah, having a son like you, mashallah. You did really, really good, mashallah. And alhamdulillah, you keep it up, and just have those dalal for the wilayah of Amir al-Mu'minin with you for your whole life. And may Allah keep us steadfast in the path of wilayah. And obviously the things that you connected to was really amazing. The first prize, actually I was, it was really difficult decision to make, but the way brother started his khutbah in Arabic, like a really professional guy coming in and speaking in Arabic, like, the khutbah, that's like the sunnah of our imams too, when they start it too with alhamd, with salat, with salam to Ahlul Bayt. And then the hadith he selected, that's this hadith and quoting in Arabic about the ghabat of Imam Sahibul Zaman. How Imam, even being in ghabat, how would it Imam benefit to us is that example of sun benefiting, even though it's shrouded in cloud, right? And mashallah, the example then he gave, then he connected with Quran and the body language and the delivery, mashallah, all those things that were combined in one thing. And I was really, really happy to see him, and may Allah give him more opportunity to do this. And I think he was from Whitby, Brother Raza Muhsin, with the yellow shirt, the first guy that did the speech, mashallah. Brother Raza, you did an excellent job. May Allah bless you, mashallah. The way you did, keep it up. And we need brothers like you to, go over the board and learn more and more knowledge and impart that knowledge to your fellow colleagues and your friends and brothers of people living close to you. But again, I would like to say that it was really difficult decision to make. People, mashallah, have done excellent job, and in no way, if someone has got the position, these are some of the things that we are just doing it to motivate the people. But all of you were doing for the sake of Allah and to get close proximity to Imam al-Sahib al-Zaman. Your goal was to get close proximity towards these blessed personalities. So these worldly benefit, obviously, this is just like a point of motivation, but that's not where you would be getting your ajr from. You would be getting your ajr from with the intention that you have and the love that you have for Allah and His infallible holy personalities. So with this, I would like to end, and I would like Brother Ahsan, the way he took the show today, mashallah. Alhamdulillah, it was really good, brother. It was always amazing to see you, the way you were motivating. Keep it up. And may Allah bless Bani Hashim Society, Brother Iftikhar, all the participants here, and Brother Ahsan, everyone. And with this, I end my small speech with the dua, inshallah, that Allah bless you all. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi al-tahirin.
Jazakallah, Jari Bhai, for such an amazing decision and for such a tough job. I know, like, with so many interesting and amazing and fascinating speeches, it's really puts you in a very hard spot to actually announce these results. I know Mushtaq Bhai has a few words that he wanted to say, and before I wrap this up, I'll give the floor again over to Mushtaq Bhai. Mushtaq Bhai, if you can unmute yourself, I know you have a few things to say. And then I can go on and appreciate of this program. So Mushtaq Bhai, over to you.
एहसान, एक तो बड़ी खुशी हुई सबको देख के, और फिर मुझे आउटपुट मिला, बाहर से भी कॉल्स आई, मेरे पास मैसेज भी आए अप्रिशिएट के। और एक मर्द मोमिन ने जो कुछ मैंने गिफ्ट बनी हाशिम की तरफ से दी, उन साहब ने वो डबल कर दी है। लेट सपोज बाबुल बनी हाशिम सोसाइटी ने $50 फर्स्ट प्राइज को दिए हैं, तो $50 उन्होंने अपनी तरफ से दिए। तो जितने भी प्राइज बाबुल ने दिए उनको डबल कर दिए। नदीम अबरार साहब है, उन्होंने अपनी तरफ से गिफ्ट दिया है। तो और बाकी आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत अच्छा आपका प्रोग्राम रहा। और जरी और एहसान, मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि टोरंटो में आप यूथ के लिए कुछ करें, और माशाल्लाह आप दोनों टैलेंटेड हैं और काम करेंगे। और मेरी रिक्वेस्ट ये हो कि आप दोनों जाएं, और दोनों को पढ़ने का खर्चा, सब कुछ खर्चा मैं दूंगा इदारे की तरफ से। ईरान पढ़ के आए, ईरानी है। आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। इंशाल्लाह फिर मुलाकात होगी। इफ्तिखार आपका भी शुक्रिया और आपका आपके साथियों में जिन्होंने आपके साथ काम किया उनका भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू।
Jazakallah. Thank you, Mushtaq Bhai. And I'll just make the concluding remarks here, guys. As you already know, this program was actually hosted by Babul Ilm, Mississauga Bani Hashim Society. We are especially thankful to the Bakr Ulum Academy, which is also basically run by the Babul Ilm under the Bani Hashim Society. We are really appreciative of Qaim TV for broadcasting this program live on their channels. We're also thankful for the IT team who made it possible to actually stream this live on the YouTube channel as well as the Facebook channels of Bani Hashim Society. We are thankful to Azadari and Vilayat channels as well for streaming it live. Again, Iftikhar Bhai, thank you for coordinating and single-handedly
And
making sure.
IT Akil Heather also.
Akil Heather Bhai, thank you so much for your support as well on the IT side. Definitely, without your IT support, this program would not have been possible. Thank you to all the parents. Thank you to all the young kids and young participants who were actually able to participate, who took the time to devote their efforts to this noble cause and actually got themselves out of their comfort zone. Thank you to the donor, Nadeem Bhai, I believe it was, who actually doubled the prize amount. And definitely, this is just a token of support for everyone. And like I said, Mushtaq Bhai has already announced there is going to be a cash prize for every one of you, every single one of you put in some effort. And like I said, it was very hard for Jari Bhai as well to even announce those three results. You guys all did an amazing job, and all of you who participated tonight will be getting a cash prize from Babul M. Thanks to Mushtaq Bhai and everyone in the community. The first prize is actually $100 for brother Raza Mohsin. And if Bhai had asked you if you can actually focus or spotlight on brother Raza Mohsin so everyone can actually see who's the first position holder.
Well done, good job.
Great job, Raza. I really appreciate your time here. You're being spotlighted right now. The second position was for brother Azadar Rizvi. And if I can kindly ask Iftikhar Bhai to spotlight
Well
brother
done,
Azadar
good job.
Rizvi. Great job, Azadar. Your speech was amazing. And then the third position was for Cheyenne. Iftikhar Bhai, if I can ask you to spotlight Cheyenne on the screen for everyone so that they can see the third position holder. Perfect.
Well
There you
done,
go.
good job.
Excellent job, everyone. And like I said, these are the top position holders. But like I said, all of you who participated will be getting a cash prize. The first position gets $100. The second position gets $50. The third position gets $25. And then
Third for the also 50.
Exactly. Perfect. That third position is also $50. Thank you, Mushtaq Bhai. And then everyone else will get a cash prize of $20. So excellent job again, guys. With that, I'd like to also mention that because this was broadcasted live on YouTube and Facebook channels, you can actually go onto those channels. And if you want to see this again, you can actually see it for yourself by going on to both YouTube channels as well as Facebook channels of Bani Hashim Society, Babul Ilm, Mississauga. With that, thank you so much, Jari Bhai. Thank you so much, Mushtaq Bhai and Iftikhar Bhai for organizing and making sure that this program goes on smoothly. And hopefully, we were able to finish the program in time. And with that, thank you, everyone. I'd like to close this program. Take care, everyone, and thanks again for
one
participating in
more
the program.
announcement, Ehsan.
Please, Marvin.
एक अनाउंसमेंट है जो कि बाबुल बनी हाशिम सोसाइटी की जानिब से एक अनाउंसमेंट मैं करना चाह रहा था कि हमारा जो मदरसा है बाखरूम उसकी जो प्रिंसिपल है रुबीना जवाद, उनकी कोऑर्डिनेशन से और इवेंट मैनेजर जनाब नाजिया महसन के कोऑर्डिनेशन से इंशाल्लाह ईद पर जो है बच्चों के लिए एक प्रोग्राम किया जाएगा और ऐसे ही क्विज प्रोग्राम होगा और उस प्रोग्राम में सिर्फ बच्चियां होंगी और होस्ट भी बच्चियां करेंगी और उसमें पार्टिसिपेशन भी बच्चियां करेंगी। और मैं अपनी तरफ से भी सबका बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ, कायम टीवी का, आज़ादारी विलायत का, एहसान का खूबसूरत के साथ जरी का कि आए इस प्रोग्राम को लेकर चले। एहसान ने बहुत ही खूबसूरती के साथ प्रोग्राम को लेकर चले और निज़ामत की है इस प्रोग्राम की। तो टैलेंट है हमारे यहाँ, हमें बस उन टैलेंट को आगे की तरफ लेकर आना है। اور یہ سارے بچے ہی ٹیلنٹڈ ہیں. ہر بچے نے اپنی جگہ پر بہت ہی خوبصورت اسپیچ کی ہے. میں تو ایکسپیکٹ نہیں کر رہا تھا. مجھے تو تھا کہ شاید پتہ نہیں کس طرح کا پروگرام ہو جائے گا. بہت خوف میں ہی بیٹھا رہا میں پورے پروگرام.
نہیں افتخار پروگرام بہت اچھا تھا. بچے بڑے ٹیلنٹڈ ہیں اور آپ کے اس میں بڑے ایفرٹس ہیں.
جی بچے ماشاءاللہ سے بہت نظم و ضبط سے رہے, بہت ڈسپلن رہے بچے. بس خوف یہ تھا کہ بچوں میں ڈسپلن ہی نہ آگے پیچھے نہ ہو جائے, لیکن بچے بہت ڈسپلن رہے. تو اس کے ساتھ ہی میں آپ تمام مومنین مومنات کا بھی شکر گزار ہوں جو کہ اس پروگرام کو دیکھ رہے ہیں. یاد رکھیے کہ قائم ٹی وی سے ابھی میری بات دوبارہ ہوئی ہے, وہ کل بھی اس پروگرام کو ٹیلی کاسٹ کریں گے, کیونکہ یہ پروگرام اتنا زیادہ لوگوں کی طرف سے فیڈ بیک آیا ہے کہ شہریار کا مجھے ابھی میسج آیا ہے کہ کل بھی ٹیلی کاسٹ کریں گے اور رات کو بھی شاید چلائیں. دوپہر کو کل اس کو قائم ٹی وی پہ دوبارہ آپ لوگ دیکھ سکتے ہیں. اور بنی ہاشم بابل سوسائٹی کے یوٹیوب پر اور فیس بک پہ یہ پروگرام ایسے ہی رہے گا. آپ لوگ دوبارہ وہاں پہ بھی دیکھ سکتے ہیں. عزادار ولایت پہ بھی یہ پروگرام کو دیکھا جا سکتا ہے دوبارہ. تو اس کے ساتھ ہی میں اجازت چاہوں گا. آپ سب لوگوں کا بہت شکریہ, آپ کے والدین کا بہت شکریہ جنہوں نے آپ کو تیاری کروائی. اور انشاءاللہ اس طرح کے بابل بنی ہاشم سوسائٹی ہمیشہ پازیٹیو کام کرتی ہے, اور ظاہر ہے کہ ہمیں موٹیویٹ کرنا ہے, بچوں کو ان کو انکریج بھی کرنا ہے. اس کے لیے بابل بنی ہاشم سوسائٹی ہمیشہ کوشاں رہتی ہے, اپنا کام کرتی ہے. مشاق بھائی کو خصوصیت کے ساتھ پریزیڈنٹ جو ہیں بہت شوق ہے, انہوں نے میں نے ان سے بات کی, فوراً راضی ہو گئے کہ نہیں اس طرح کا پروگرام کرو. احسان سے بات ہوئی, جری سے بات ہوئی, روبینہ باجی سے بات ہوئی, اور ان سے میری بات ہوئی میسم کی وائف سے جو کہ ایونٹ مینیجر بھی ہیں باقر العلوم کی. تو اس طرح سے ہم نے اس پروگرام کو آرگنائز کیا. میں سب کا بہت شکر گزار ہوں, سب نے اس پہ بہت اچھے طریقے سے حصہ لیا.
افتخار ویسے روبینہ جواد جو ہیں ایک مشن لے کے چل رہی ہیں یوتھ کے لیے, بچوں کے لیے بہت کام کرتی ہیں ویسے, اور اللہ ان کو اس کا اجر دے گا.
جی بالکل, ان کے ساتھ کوآرڈینیشن میں ہوں, ان کے ساتھ مل کے ہم لوگ چیزوں کو لے کر چل رہے ہیں. ظاہر ہے کہ میں ایز اے پروگرام ڈائریکٹر کے بہت زیادہ ذمہ داری ہو جاتی ہے کہ مولانا صاحب کا
نہیں, میں ایز اے اسکول پرنسپل کی حیثیت سے بات کر رہا ہوں کہ نا
جی
وہ اسکول پرنسپل ہیں,
اسکول کے پرنسپل ہیں باقر العلوم کی. وہ اسکول کو تو خیر ظاہر ہے بہتر طریقے سے چلا رہی ہیں, وہ ماضی میں بھی پرنسپل رہی ہیں وہ ماشاءاللہ سے کراچی میں بھی, اور ان کا خانوادہ جو ہے اس چیز میں بہت آگے
ہے, بہت ماشاء اللہ.
ہر آدمی جانتا ہے اس حوالے سے کہ ان کا خانوادہ ماشاءاللہ سے بہت آگے کام بھی کر رہے ہیں. اور ظاہر ہے کہ میسم کی جو وائف ہے نازیہ میسم,
وہ بھی بہت پرفیکٹ
بہت کام کر رہے ہیں, بہت ایکٹیو ہیں, اور بہت تعاون کیا انہوں نے میرے ساتھ اس پروگرام کو آگے کی طرف لے کے چلنے میں. میں سب کا بہت شکر گزار ہوں. ظاہر ہے کہ پروگرام کا دورانیہ ہمارا 1 گھنٹے کا تھا, تو ہم اس سے بہت آگے نکل گئے. تو اجازت چاہیں گے ہم لوگ انشاءاللہ تعالی, آگے انشاءاللہ پروگرام ملاقات ہوگی. اللہ حافظ, السلام علیکم.